What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Indian Celtics Show. On today's show, we will be covering the Boston Celtics 123 to 127 loss against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We will be talking about our sloppy third quarter, the fourth quarter comeback, a look at some individual performances, and are the Oklahoma City Thunder really a championship contender? We'll be talking about it and more. So let's talk Celtic basketball. Let's start off with the third quarter. We ended the half with the Boston Celtics leading 61 to 58. So the third quarter started off with the Boston Celtics missing some easy looks, missing some easy open shots. They were playing good basketball. They continued the good basketball that they were playing from the first quarter. Let me go back. The first quarter was a bit sloppy. We had some turnovers. The Oklahoma City Thunder took advantage of it because that's what they do. That's what the Boston Celtics do as well, because they run off turnovers. They made us commit turnovers. Derek White had to leave the game early because he got cut in the eye. He had to get stitches, 4 stitches, and then return. And then he got in foul trouble, 3 fouls. But even after that, in the second quarter, our intensity was high. We were making good plays. Then we started turning the Oklahoma City Thunder over, and then that led us for our attack in the second quarter. It ended up pretty even Stevens in the first half. The Boston Celtics leading 61 to 58, going into the locker room. Then coming back from the locker room, it was sloppy. It was sloppy because we missed open shots. It was sloppy on the defensive end. We couldn't guard a lick. It was like drills for the Oklahoma City Thunder. We couldn't stay in front. With the defensive guards that we have, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, they could not do anything about the Oklahoma City guards, and they could not do anything about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who we will be talking about going forward. I think he's a strong MVP candidate. Maybe he might just win it. Who knows? Yeah, let's focus on the third quarter. We missed shots, sloppy defense. And OKC are good enough anyways. And if you're not connected, nobody yet has figured out in the league. That's what Derek White said in the press conference. Everybody in the league is trying to figure out how to guard these guys. They are special, especially in the regular season. Talk about their playoff chances going forward. But yeah, they were strong, and we helped them by missing easy shots in the third quarter. And it was more of that in the early fourth quarter. We ended the third quarter, lost the quarter 40 to 25, went into the fourth quarter, I think, down 12, 98 to 86, and then the lead got up to 18 with 7 minutes left in the fourth. It was like 108 to 90, I think it was like that. Well, but then Jayson Tatum checked back into the game, and we had him guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Was that the Boston Celtics trick move? Who knows? But you know what Jayson Tatum can do defensively. We've seen him go up against Kevin Durant, and he locked SGA up. I'll not even lie. He did. SGA didn't have much in the fourth quarter. That led, and that I wouldn't say Jayson Tatum guarding SGA alone was the catalyst for our comeback in the fourth quarter. Derek White made huge plays. Offensively, made some big shots, and we were almost there. We were down 4 with like 20 seconds or something left. We're down 4 because OKC had just made 2 free throws. We decided not to call the timeout. It was like 15 seconds or something left, so we run. We get it open, a wide open Kristaps Porzingis 3. He makes it. But what do you know? He couldn't get his foot behind the line. His foot was on the line. That was big, because that could have been a 1-point game. Instead, it ended up being a 2-point game. And since we had to foul OKC anyways, we fouled SGA. He made 2 free throws, and then it's a 4-point game. Would have been a 3-point game if Kristaps Porzingis had his foot behind the line, but he did not, and that was what it was. We called timeout to draw something up, but it was nothing. We were down 4, we couldn't have done anything. If we were down 3, we could have tied the game with a 3, but wasn't to be. The third quarter ended up being the Boston Celtics' demise in this game. The Boston Celtics have been guilty of doing this in the past, of missing easy shots and that affecting their defense. Can't let that happen against a team that's been rolling. Oklahoma City has been rolling, and let's talk about Oklahoma City Thunder. Are they a real championship contender? Before that, let me tell you something. In the last games, they have defeated the Boston Celtics, best record in the NBA. They have defeated, in their 5-game win streak, they have defeated Minnesota Timberwolves, best record in the West. The Denver Nuggets, they smacked the Denver Nuggets in Denver. They've been getting some quality wins. Are they legit? Are they a legit championship contender? If that's the question, then I would say no, they are not. I know, they've been getting some good wins, but they're not, because they don't have the size. They don't have the size to go up against the likes of the Denver Nuggets, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Los Angeles Lakers in a 7-game series. I don't think they have enough. What they do have is a legit MVP candidate in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I really think he has a good chance of winning MVP this year if the Oklahoma City Thunder finish in the top 2, at least, of the Western Conference. And, because the votes will be split between Embiid and Jokic. If the Sixers fall off a little, SGA can sneak in and get a lot of votes like that. He has been, for sure, playing like an MVP. His stats have been ridiculous today. Let's talk about his stats today. He had 36 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists, committing 0 turnovers. He shot 64% from the field and 60% from the 3-point line. He cooked. And he ate well today. And in his meal, he had Derek White and Jrue Holiday. My God, these are the 2 best guard defenders the league has to offer, but SGA didn't care. Like White said, nobody has figured out how to guard OKC. I say nobody has figured out how to guard SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a sleeper. Not even a sleeper. Yeah, it would be a bold pick, but I say he can win MVP. I say he will win it. No, I'll not say he will. He can't win MVP. Let's go and say that. Josh Giddey. Now we're just talking about individual performances here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Josh Giddey was shooting the lights out of the ball. He had me pissed. I was fuming in the third quarter when the OKC couldn't miss any shots. I was fuming on the Boston Celtics for missing easy shots. But Giddey shot the lights out. He was 4 of 7 from 3, 8 of 14, 57% from the field. He made a lot of shots. Jalen Williams, man. When the Boston Celtics were making their fourth quarter comeback, they were right there. But Jalen Williams, they had SGA locked. SGA couldn't do much in the fourth quarter, but Jalen Williams J-Dub was there to help his brother out. He took the ball and took it to the basket 2 times and scored both of them with strong finishes. I think Jason Tatum should have been strong enough in one of those, but hey man, it's neither here nor there. Good offensive play from J-Dub, gotta give him credit. He was also 2 of 2 from 3-point line. Everybody was stroking him. Except for Lou Dort, who was 1 of 7 from 3. That took their percentage down, but thank God he was 1 of 7 from 3, because otherwise, Isaiah Joe, 2 of 2 from 3. Chet Holmgren, 3 of 5 from 3, stroking it. Might be Rookie of the Year, who knows. Yeah, man, the OKC are deep. Their depth is nice. Wallace, Jalen Williams, Wiggins, Kenrich Williams, they all played. That's a solid team right there. Can't give anyone trouble. I don't see them winning the championship. I don't see them winning against strong teams, like even against the Boston Celtics. We figured them out in 7-game series. We had Tatum guarding SGA. That was working well for us. In 7-game series, I think the advantage we have with the big players in Porzingis, Tatum, and Brown. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics and their individual performances, starting with Jaylen Brown. 15 points. 4 of 18. 0 of 8 from 3. 0 for 8 from 3. That's not it. You're playing against OKC. That's not it. You have to drive. After 3 or 4 misses, he's been playing so well, making good rim decisions. He should not have been 0 for 8 from 3, man. Stop shooting if you're 0 from 8 from 3. Go drive. making such great. That's what I said in the last video. He's been making great rim reads. Go to the rim and make reads. Jrue Holiday, bad. My favorite player is Jrue Holiday. Didn't have a good game. Defensively, he got cooked by SGA. Can't let that happen. You're Jrue Holiday. And yeah, of course, it has to do with coaching decisions, but it's what it is. Jrue Holiday, offensively, missing easy shots, missing easy open look threes, missing wide open layups. He had to sit in the clutch. He finished with Peyton Pritchard in the clutch. Jrue Holiday was on the bench. That's how bad of a game he had. Minus 15. Not good enough. Players that were good were Kristaps Porzingis. You know, the size that I'm talking about. He took advantage of it. He took advantage of the lack of size in OKC. He had 34, 10, and 2. Could have had more. I think he was fouled numerous times. The ref didn't call. I don't know why. Jason Tatum had a great game. 30 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists, an all-around great game. Nothing to say about Jason Tatum. He's playing like the number one he should play like. Derek White made huge plays in the fourth quarter. Huge threes, huge points, offensive end. He helped us come back in the fourth. We just couldn't finish the job. Derek White finished with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Al Horford had 5 blocks. I thought he should have played more. He was helping the team, you know, because with block shots, you run, and if you can run at OKC, that'd be good. The Boston Celtics can run, that's always good. That was the individual performances. Already talked about OKC's potential. I think they're good. They're a pain to deal with in the regular season. Any team that has SGA, he's a superstar, man. He's going to play like this in the playoffs as well. But it's not SGA that I'm worried about. It's their size. The only thing I'm worried about is their size, and if they can get someone. Trade market, I don't know who, but they can be good. And that's that. That's the coverage of the Boston Celtics and Oklahoma City Thunder's matchup. Next up for the Celtics is Utah Jazz. Gotta get back to winning ways. Utah Jazz is also a team that's been on a hot streak. I think they won 8 of their last 11. Man, nothing easy in the NBA. But let's see. We'll be right here after the Celtics and Jazz for the coverage. Let's get back to winning ways. Let's go Celtics.